What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today join me for another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles, where today, after a little bit of a delay, I have to be honest, I'm finally bringing to my Gate Guardian deck profile. So, in the last big set, Maze of Memories, Gate Guardian did get some new support, and it's kind of turned it into a bit of an ABC slash Magnet type deck, like a bit of a union with the new fusions, which I find the concept pretty neat. The fact that you can individually fuse the Gate Guardian pieces into multiple fusions. Also, just a slight disclaimer: I'm recording this video in a new setup now, in a new room. So if there's a bit of an echo, I do apologise about that. But at the moment, there's not too much I can do at the moment. So yes. So let's get into the deck profile itself and see what is what. So obviously, first I'm going to be starting off with the monsters, and first off I'm running one Gate Guardian. Most of the time, one is all that's really required, because most of the times you are going for the fusions, and Gate Guardian's is there just in case of one of the fusions effects. So then I'm running two of each of the Gate Guardian pieces. So we've got two copies of Song of Thunder, two copies of Kazijin, and two copies of Suijin. One good thing about this deck is Suijin has actually been one of my little favourite cards for a while actually. So it's quite actually nice that I can run it in the deck profile, along with an updated version of Labyrinth Tank. This being Heavy Labyrinth Tank. So with this one, you can normal summon without tributing, although it cannot attack the turn it was normal summoned. During the main phase, you can place one of your Sangha, Kazijin, or Suijin that is banished, or in your deck or hand, face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Then, if you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. So this is a way to bring back some of your Gate Guardian pieces that have been banished into graveyard, and quite a few effects in this deck actually do involve banishment, so this is definitely a good card to have. And also that second ability of, if you control a Labyrinth Wall, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, which is quite handy. Then I'm running 3 copies of Shadow Ghoul. So this one is basically a searcher, because you can discard this card to add a Labyrinth Wall card from your deck to your hand. At the start of the damage step, if your opponent monster battles, while you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. So it's a bit of a searcher and a bit of a protection card. So then, just as a hand trap, I'm running 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, because let's be honest, most decks run at least 1 hand trap. Now for the spells, there is quite a few spells. First off, I'm running 3 of, hopefully I pronounce it right, Ritoku Guardian. It's probably a different way to pronounce it. But yeah, so with this card, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, target 1 monster you control with Gate Guardian in its original name, half your opponent's life points, then that monster gains attack equal to your opponent's life points. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one of your Sangha, Kazijin, or Suijin that is banished or in your deck to your hand. So this can definitely help out in a lot of situations, because most of the time your opponent is probably going to have more monsters than you. So having the ability to take life points and add them to the Gate Guardian monsters is quite handy. Next up, I'm running 3 copies of Double Attack Wind and Thunder. Some people only tend to run maybe 1 or 2 copies, but the thing is, there is a lot of Gate Guardian monsters in this deck, so this card does work with quite a few of them. So if you control Gate Guardian monster, target 1 card on your field. Target 1 card on the field, destroy it. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and one of your Sangha, Kazijin, or Suijin that is banished in your deck. Or in your deck to your hand. So it's another way to get Gate Guardian pieces and another way to help clear the board. Then we have 3 copies of Labyrinth Wall Shadow. So with this card, monsters cannot attack the turn they were summoned, except monsters whose original level is 5 or higher, which is handy because pretty much all the monsters you have is level 5 or higher, with the exception of Ash Blossom. Once per turn during your main phase, you can place one of your Sangha, Cousin, or Surgeon that is banished, or in your hand or deck, face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can target one monster your opponent controls with less than 1600 attack, destroy it. So yeah, it's quite handy, this card. And I believe, if I'm correct, this does count as wool. This does count as Labyrinth Wool because of the name. So then we get into a couple of the support cards. So first off, I'm running 3 fusion deployments. Yeah, you can. There's a crazy amount of fusions you can make with this deck. So having this card is pretty good. So you can reveal 1 fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon. And special summon from your hand or deck one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on the card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck except fusion monsters, which is handy because the majority of them is fusion monsters. The other fusion dedicated card I'm running is Fusion Conscription. Yeah, just really handy. Then we get into some of the staples. Well, staples slash really good cards to run. 2 Sacred Swords of 7 stars. I think personally, if I had a third, I might use one of them. So this one, you can banish a level 7 monster from your hand or face up on the field, draw 2 cards. That's why this card is really good, because you can banish the Gate Guardians from your hand and then get them back with quite a few of the effects. Foolish Burial, just another way to get cards to the graveyard. Foolish Burial Goods. This card will be, in fact, I'll put that to the side because that does play into one of the traps. Monster Reborn and Harpy's Feather Duster. So those are the spells. Now I've left Foolish Burial Goods out because of the first of the trap cards, and that is Prey of the Jiraiya Grimo. Now when this card is in the graveyard, that's when its kind of main effect is in. That's when its main effect can be used. So the effect of this card is special summon this card as a normal monster to your main monster zone in its same column. Then you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls in this card's column. You can banish this card from the graveyard, add 1 of Sangha, Kazijin, or Surgeon that has been banished on your deck to your hand. So yes, by playing Foolish Burial Goods, you can activate that second effect of the Searcher. So it's just another way to keep searching for your cards. And then for the last 2 traps, I'm running 1 evenly matched because most of the time your opponent is going to have more monsters than you. So I think this is probably a decent option. And then Infinite Impermanence, because most decks run at least 1 copy of Infinite Impermanence. So there is the main deck. Now for the extra deck. So there is quite a few fusions. I'm running 2 of each of the fusions. So first off, we've got Gate Guardians combined. So this one is all 3 of the Gate Guardian pieces. So when your opponent activates a card effect, so a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do destroy this card, you can only use this effect of Gate Guardians combined thrice per turn, so 3 times. If this face-up card is special summoned, if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 a level 11 or lower Gate Guardian monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So yeah, that's why I'm running 1 copy of Gate Guardian, because when this is destroyed, you can just go into a Gate Guardian. And then we have the individual pieces. So first off, we've got 2 copies of Thunder and Wind. So this one is Sangha and Kazijin. With this one, you can add a spell trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Sangha, Kazijin, or Surgeon. And Surgeon. You can only use this effect of Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind once per turn. If this face-up card, if this face-up special summon card in its own control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you special summon 1 of your banished Sangha or Kazijin. So yeah, that's another reason why having the banished Kazijin, Suijins is pretty good as well. Next up is 2 copies of Water and Thunder. With this one, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change their attack to 0 until the end of the turn. You can only use this effect of Gate Guardian Water and Thunder twice per turn. If this face-up card is... so the end ability is kind of the same, like you can get back your banished pieces. And then the final fusion is Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. So with this one, once per chain, when your opponent activates a spell/trap or effect on the field, quick effect, you can negate the effect. You can only use this effect of Wind and Water twice per turn. If this effect, if this card is destroyed, you get the rest. Like you can bring it Kazuya Surgeon. So those are the fusions. Now you could run more fusions actually, possibly, but I just feel like that's not too bad an option, because it does leave you with some other options. That leaves you with a couple of spaces in the extra deck, because we got 8 fusions. That leaves you with 7. Is it 7? Yeah, that leaves you, 7. So yes, so for the other cards I'm running is 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Nightmare Cerberus. So pretty much the triple header. The only one I'm running, I can't remember the other Nightmare, but there's another one. And then for the extra deck cards, because we do have a lot of level 7s, I'm running 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack, 1 number 11 Big Eye, and 1 89 the Mind Hacker. So yes, so there is my Gate Guardian deck profile. I do really like the fact that they've updated some aspects of the Gate Guardian type cards, but added a new twist, so that means you can use the original Gate Guardians, which I find pretty cool. So I hope you've enjoyed today's deck profile. If you did, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to know when my newest Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles will be coming out. I hope you've enjoyed, and for now, this is SliferKing signing out.